That's no problem.
You are live.
Okay, so the handbook is in the Discord.
Putting.
Khandur, it is all you. I'm going to shut up, and if you need me, I'm right here, sir.
Sounds good. Gregory, we're just waiting on yourself. I would also encourage you guys to have a pen and paper nearby.
Okay, well, let me get the pen. Now let me grab my paper. Got paper. Cool.
Grab something.
Waiting on me?
Guaranteed.
Oh, okay.
User joined your channel.
Yeah, okay.
Howdy.
Do we have rangefinders or do we have stuff, binoculars? Yes.
I have
We
range.
have the TD-24 binoculars, White.
Good.
So let me change that then.
Do you have any on me?
Okay, the binoculars won't be super important just yet. It will just be covering just the radio for the beginning.
Let me save this.
Okay, boys. So the objective of why we're here, we're going to lay the groundwork for long-range communications, standard radio communication, grid reading, etc. We'll be building on this then to introduce requesting and receiving supports over long range, like CASIVAC, ACE checks, sit reps. By the end of the training, hopefully you'll all be able to utilize the proper radio protocol to request airstrikes, close air support, target callouts, you name it, happy days. So the training is divided into two areas. We have our theory and our practical. We'll be going through the 4 sections of theory first, and it should all be good. We'll also be covering designated smoke grenade colors, radio terminology, and the radio chain of command. It's just fair to note that no matter how well you know the training, it's not going to make you a good RTO, air quotes. Being an RTO is all about practice and just getting in to practice whenever you need to. Okay, so first of all, do any of you know what an RTO's job is?
Relay information from high command to everyone else, and to give call outs and lay out a plan of attack.
Essentially, yes. So we are a link between the squads on the ground, namely the squad and team leaders, high command, and also Chiron and I believe potentially in the future bedrock elements. So we'll be coordinating fire support to support our boys on the ground, make sure our people don't get into any situations where blue on blue is occurring from support elements.
Come here.
Okay, so when you use the long-range radio, it's imperative that all transmissions are calm, clear and precise. There's a radio terminology listed. It's in the handbook, which will assist to prevent confusion and also communication breakdown. As an RTO, it's your job to relay information and requests to and from command to your squad and other squads. Important information is considered any information that could affect combat, such as squad status, previously unknown enemies, size, location, armaments, intelligence, if your squad has entered combat, boots on the ground, where you're holding your position, any kind of information that will update high command on how you're proceeding towards your objective. So squad leaders in command need to be informed of what is happening in the area of operation. It's your job to do this without bogging down communication. So you need to do this quickly and efficiently. And to do this, we have a radio terminology. So I'm just going to list these off and read out the explanations for you all. So we have over, which is I've finished my transmission and I'm waiting for a reply. So for example, Mason 2-2 to Mason 2 Romeo. Mason 2-2 is holding position on top of the hill at grid reference 127, break 094, over, out. So I've finished my transition and I do not expect a reply. So this would be if Mason 2 Romeo, or command element radio to you with an order, and you've nothing to add, so you finish your radio with out. We say again, which is repeat last message. Break, which is used to signal a short pause in your message. For example, like I just did, calling out grid references. This also allows someone else to interject. It's also used to signal a separation of complicated information, such as, again, grid references, calling positions on target, or gathering information for ace checks, which we'll cover soon. So we have break, 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 which is 3 breaks. No more than 3. You don't need to continuously scream the word break down the radio. That's to stop all communication and prepare for urgent information. So Roger, copy, solid copy, 10-4. I've received your transmission and understood the transmission. Stand by, hold 1, wait 1, which is wait a moment for my next transmission. So if you're called for an ace check, you say, okay, Mason 2-2, performing ace check, wait 1. And then you do what you gotta do. Will co, so that's will comply. So if you're told by command to do something with your squad or to relay information, for example, you'd say, Mason 2-2, will co, out. So you send it, send your traffic, send your message. So this would be go ahead with your transmission. So if you're radioed and it's say Mason 2 Romeo to Mason 2-2, do you copy? And then you'd radio back then saying this is Mason 2-2 to Mason 2 Romeo, 5 by 5, which is reading you loud and clear essentially. Send it. Readbacks. This is why you need your pen and paper. So readbacks is a request for a repeat of information from the receiver. So if you're calling a CAS evac or a strike or artillery support, the person you're calling the information to could request a readback, or vice versa. If someone is calling information to you, you have to be able to give that readback as well. Readback correct says it all. The readback was correct. Loud and clear, Lima Charlie. You guys know this by now from short range. So the transmission is clear. 5 by 5, 2 by 5, and 4 by 2 are all radio statuses. This will be valid in situations where your command or another squad will radio to you over the long range saying, if you read their signal, if the signal is perfect, it's 5 by 5. If it's not so good, breaking up, or the volume is lower, it's 2, but you can still kind of read them, it's 2 by 5. And then 4 by 2 is the worst, where you may still be able to receive the order, or it may not be receivable at all. Interrogative is where you're going to indicate a question within your transmission. So, Mason 2-2 to Mason 2 Romeo, interrogative. Are we expecting any AT targets in the AO? Over. Inbound. So this would be moving to your position. So if you're communicating with another squad in the field and you're moving to their position. Outbound is the opposite when you're moving away from a position. Positive and affirmative is, saying yes. Negative and negatory is no. Mayday is used by the pilots, and it's used when they're going down. It's when they've crashed or whenever they need assistance also. So, the call sign actual, for example, Mason A1. So any of the call signs. So Mason actual would be the leader of that call sign. So, in our case, it's Mason 2 actual. The example in the handbook is Mason 1 actual, and that's Lieutenant Sparrow.
User joined your channel.
I believe it's Captain Sparrow at this point, right?
That it is. That it is.
And ready to copy is to
Hey,
prepare to
stand by,
write
stand
down.
by. Kalen's coming on. Let's
Yep.
get him caught up.
Of course.
Because I know Valen really needs him for an RTO qual.
Of course, yeah, no problem.
So stand by, do a bio break real quick, or grab a beer. I'm going to.
Oh yeah.
I apologize, but I know that Kalen is a billeted RTO. Everybody else is getting it to have the qual. We want to make sure that we get him situated for the billeted.
Hopefully, we've been trying to schedule this with him for like a week and a half, so it's probably good to actually get him in. And Kayleen's Arma has crashed.
He's rejoining now. He's disconnecting again. Let me get with him. I'm going to step out real quick and talk to him on TeamSpeak, but I'll still be recording this. Go ahead.
Yep, no problem.
Channel switched.
What's going on, man?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry about this.
Are you able to get back in or no?
Yeah. I'm trying to load it up as quick as possible.
Yeah, we've only covered some of the theory, so we'll get you caught up because you're billeted.
What did you mean billeted?
Billeted is you're going to go into the RTO spot for 2-1, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're the only one that's going to be RTO billeted. Everybody else is just getting the qualification so they understand how to communicate and know what you guys are going through.
Wait, am I doing more or less than that?
Same.
Oh, same, right. So they're just like getting the qualification, they're not exactly going into the RTO spot.
That is correct. They're getting a qualification, so these guys will actually help you going, oh shit, Kalen's busy right now. We got to shut up.
Right, that makes more sense.
Yep, so we're just got through first area of theory. Khandur's teaching everybody. He'll teach you as well.
Good. Khandur is no guess. How long does this take usually?
Usually about an hour and a half, depending on everybody's ability.
Okay. They'll have about maximum hour and 45 minutes.
Okay, I'll make sure he's aware of that.
We'll
get you, man. Once you load in, we'll get you. Just go to the RTO classroom area, and we'll get your equipment and all that good stuff sorted out.
RTO class. Is there a teleport there, or do I have to walk?
There's a teleport there from the HQ. You know where it's at in the HQ area?
Yeah, and spawn.
Yeah, go to the spawn point, then run into that building, and then teleport to RTO classroom.
Oh wait, where's what building? I don't know. I've only ever done. Oh yeah. Also, once I've completed this, I'll also be getting marksman. I've done the marksman
Oh,
training,
great!
but I just
And
needed RTO.
I'll give you those tags as well, my man.
And also, last of all, have I got my CT tag in TeamSpeak right now?
In TeamSpeak, let me look. Yes, you do.
I got promoted and it was just. Oh,
Yeah, you're in CT.
But
I'll check your Discord real quick.
I think I'm CT, but.
Yep, you're good. All right, Khandur, he's joining. And yes, he's only got about an hour and 45 minutes, so we'll make sure he's the priority.
Can you hear you?
Nope, I'm not in the wrong channel.
Channel switched.
Hey, Khandur. Kalen's loading in. Make sure he's the priority because he's going to build it. So if we don't have enough time, make sure that he gets the actual instruction. Everybody else can learn from it, and we can give them some opportunity afterwards because he's only got an hour and 45-minute window.
Okay, cool. We'll try and get him through. I'll get a kit ready for him.
Thank you, sir.
Channel switched.
Yep, we got you covered, man. Just join in. We got your kit ready. You just come on in, and we'll teach you what you got to do.
Alright, cool. Let me just edit my my account.
No worries, we got you. Sorry, it's been back and forth all week. It's been a busy
I
week.
know. I've been like trying my hardest to plan it with you guys.
Well, and Khandur, once he gets through this today, he'll be an instructor. But until then, he
nice.
needs either me or Badger to approve it. So I apologize up front.
That's fine, man. Helps out Khandur, then fair enough.
Yeah, Khandur's my RTO. He's amazing, so you'll learn from one of the best. And
We'll
I
just
love
be joining now.
and I love Valen, so I'll take care of his people.
Yeah, Villain's cool. Villain trained me. Like,
Yeah,
he
he's
trained
good.
me,
He's
yeah.
good people. I care for 2-1 as much as I do 2-2.
Yeah, man.
Channel switched.
A bagel for breakfast today, covered in sugar.
I do too. I had a blueberry bagel. So I got
Call it a
blue and
donut?
bagel all in it. It was like aviation for breakfast.
I had eggs. That
No. Pretty
I
weird, but
accomplished my mission.
this waffle I had, and it was blueberry. You could call it a blue waffle if you will.
Hey, Bagel.
No.
If I remember right, did I watch you and Bit crash into each other on Saturday Op?
Was not the
God.
Saturday out.
So
I was
bad.
like blue.
Oh, that was blue. Okay. That was hilarious.
Both the Kiwis like to do that.
Nobody more than STDs in the morning.
Yeah, that was
I should
hilarious.
say the Australian.
Ooh, the Australian.
No blues in Australia.
Could be worse. Could be squeezing the lemon party.
Yeah, they're all Kiwis. New Zealand or Australia. Come on now.
Everyone's such a lemon party. It should be fun.
Havoc, one quick question. Why is your head invisible?
It's
That's cool.
texture glitch.
We'll just call it because I'm incognito.
Can see your visor, but
It's the
rest of your head
special
is
helmet
invisible.
mod. It's the special helmet mod glitch. So you
Like
can't see my dog on top of my
A
head.
new style.
So just so you
Can't
guys
see,
know,
actually.
Havoc is my German Shepherd that I own. So that's why his face is on top of my helmet.
Helmet's very special.
Special.
Can't see it.
Special. Get it?
Yo, Havoc.
Good.
I'm gonna drop the snow kit for Killeen because this is the one he's gonna need if he's billeted.
Good copy. Yeah, Bagel, I wanted to be a pilot one day too, and then I said, to hell to that.
I move back and get Colleen. Can you just teleport him over here? Havoc?
Yeah, I can teleport him here.
Channel switched.
There he is.
There he is.
Hi.
Hey!
Right. Colleen, come here.
Hi. Where's the arsenal?
Jump in here and take that kid on the floor.
Cheers, man.
Shit, I just realized I didn't realize you were a CT, so I gave you a CRC kit.
Oh, right.
Okay, you can change the armor later.
I'll be later.
Okay, so
Grab a weapon. Where's the arsenal? There it is.
You're not gonna need
just
a
do it
weapon.
while you're talking.
we'll just we'll get you back through this real quick. Have you got the handbook open, Colleen?
I can open it on my phone for that. Just you continue, I'll do this arsenal thing.
Okay.
All right, so go from the beginning and you go through it pretty quick. Kayleen's got a basic understanding.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so Colleen, in short,
I'll be right back.
the purpose of the RTO is to be a link between the squad leads, the team leads, command, and support elements such as Chiron or Bedrock, to coordinate strikes, to coordinate any sort of support for the ground squads, and so that command, Chiron, and Bedrock are updated on the locations and situations that the ground forces have gotten themselves into. Through the training here, we're going to be receiving the knowledge on protocols used within the 74th, such as designated smoke grenade colors, radio terminology, and radio chain of command. Training, which is you, should note that this training will not make you a good RTO, but the best way to do this is to just practice being one. So, for your radio etiquette, when you're using the radio, it's imperative that all the transmissions are calm, clear, and precise. There's a radio terminology listed in the handbook, which I've placed into Discord, which will assist to prevent prevent confusion and communication breakdown. I've got that nailed clearly. As an RTO, it's your job to relay information and requests to and from command to your squad and other squads. And it's important to do this as quickly and efficiently as possible. Important information that you'll have to communicate will be such as squad status, previously unknown enemies, intel located, if the squad's entered combat, if there's boots on ground, etc. Basically, squad leaders, command, Chiron, they all need to be kept up to date on what the squad's up to, and what the whole force is up to, so that support can be given when needed and extraction can be called when it's required. On your handbook, Colleen, if you look through the radio terminology, is there anything on that radio terminology list that you are not aware of what it is?
Double check. Okay.
Okay, so Colleen, what is 5x5?
For video strength.
Okay. What is a readback?
Again. Same.
And what is ready to copy?
You are ready to hear what they have to say.
So you're ready to write it down because it's going to be complicated instructions or something that's going to be needed to be repeated at a later date. Okay. Is everyone back?
Yes.
Devil? Yeah. Bagel? Perfect. Okay, if everyone directs your attention to the little blackboard we have here, we have the NATO phonetic alphabet. Examples of the uses of the phonetic alphabet will be terms like Oscar, Mike, Lima, Charlie, Oscar, Mike, and Lima, Charlie, respectively, meaning on the move, loud and clear. It's pretty self-explanatory. The entire native phonetic alphabet is also in the handbook. I'd encourage you all to at least familiarize yourselves with it, and if not, learn it by heart. Okay, so there are 6 steps when you make standard radio communications over the long range. So you have to identify who you're speaking to and then identify yourself. So for example,
You can test with me if you want to use me. I'm actual.
we'll just do it out there because not everyone is on the long range just yet.
Yep,
I'll be
go ahead.
teaching them to set that up in a moment. So Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2, how copy?
Send it to 2.
It is Mason 2-2, we are currently holding position at 127, break, 094, over.
Good copy, sir. Send your traffic.
And that's basically it. And at
Yep.
the end of the transmission, you always end your transmission with call sign, which in my case is Mason 2-2, and you say out.
Khandur, if I may.
So, yes, of course.
So the only person that will ever say out is who initiated that call.
Of course. So, the 6 full steps for the radio communication are identify who you're speaking to and then identify yourself. Step 2, ask if they copy or read you. Step 3, once they read you and only then send your message. Step 4 is to wait for a response. Step 5 is repeat steps 3 and 4 as needed. So make sure that your message is received and make sure that you get a response. And then step 6 is the caller always ends the transmission with call sign out. Everyone clear on that? So, it's brief to note that you don't always have to direct your communication traffic to a person. If you feel that the information is pertinent to the whole unit, say your call sign and then the information you want to send. Okay, so we're going to get everyone just setting up the radios really quick. On this little board here, you have both of the long-range frequencies that every RTO needs to be on. So you have long-range 60, which is ground to ground, and then you have long-range 35, which is ground to air.
Is it just me that can't see it?
It's okay. So what everyone needs to do, I want you all to press Alt and P.
To the what?
P.
Okay.
In this case, it's Alt and Papa. So in your radio, in your current frequency, set that to 60. So it should be, it's the menu button on your interface. Then go to the bottom left where it says PRE and click on stereo settings. Set it to left only.
Okay.
Then click on the upwards arrow in the center, going to the next channel. Then you'll need to click on the lock on the left to set it as an additional channel. It indicates that it's an additional channel with the letter A in the current channel. You then need to set that channel to 35. Then set your frequency by clicking the menu button again. Then again, hit PRE with your stereo settings and set it to right only. Then click on the down arrow just to make sure that you get back to your initial first channel on 60.
Khandur, do you know the hotkeys to do that without doing the actual radio?
I do. I'm not sure actually if I've rebound mine. It should be Control and Caps Lock for the majority of everyone.
No. If you hit Control 1 on your keypad, it'll go to Channel 1 on the long range.
Yes.
Control 2 will
The
go to
channel.
your long range Channel 2.
Yeah, so the channel keybinds. So as Havoc said, it's control.
So what's the binds for long range?
So it's control
It's
the number
control
1.
and 2. Right,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. And to broadcast, it's control and caps lock.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to get you guys to do a radio check on both channels. We'll start with Sage King, and we'll go clockwise around the group.
So quick question. Mine, every time I hit 1 or 2, it doesn't matter if I'm holding control or not. It goes and pulls up that menu of status and replay.
All right, so it's key binding.
You have to unbind those in vanilla armor settings.
Correct.
It should
I
be
can do that.
command.
But just to do the quick radio check, I can do that real quick. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's what we're gonna do: long range, ground, then air.
Exactly.
Do a call sign or just a radio check?
You can do a call sign. You can sign in as Mason 2-1 or 2-2. Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And you're Mason 2 actual?
Mason 2 actual.
Oh, wrong one. Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. How copy over?
You're supposed to sign on, I think.
Kane, did you copy him?
My misunderstanding. I thought you were doing it, Havoc.
Oh, I
This
can.
is Mason
I'm sorry, go
2 actual to Mason 2-2, 5x5.
So then, Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2 over the air channel. Over.
This is Mason 2 actual to Mason 2-2, 5x5. Okay, Bagel.
Mason 2 actual, this is Chiron 1-5. How copy? Over.
Karen 1-5. This is Mason 2 actual, 5x5.
Mason 2 Romeo, this is Chiron 1-5. How copy? Over.
This is Mason 2 actual. This is Karen 1-5. This is Mason 2 actual.
What's
Ready,
my
please.
call sign if I'm Mason 1?
It'll be what squad are you in?
1-3.
So you'd be Mason 1-3.
An actual or Mike or
Just Mason 1-3. So the way it works is Mason 1-3 is squad. The Mason 1-3's squad RTO. Mason 1 Romeo is the platoon RTO. And then Mason 1 actual is the command for Mason 1.
so what do I say?
I mean, Mason 1-3 is your call sign. So it'd be, for example, Mason 1 Romeo, this is Mason 1-3, signing on to long range, over.
But he's Mason 2 Romeo?
That was just, those, like, all the call signs are just example call signs.
Sure, okay. I think you got it. Think, maybe. Okay, so to get me straight, so I'm a bit confused here. Can I get another example?
You can, of course.
You want me to do it?
Go ahead, Bagel.
Alright. You're 1-3, you said?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm not gonna use Chiron. This is how it works. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 1-3. How copy? Over.
This is Mason 2 actual. 1 second, I'm after losing my shit now because of the changing call signs.
You're okay.
Alright, go again there, Bagel.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 1-3. How copy? Over.
Mason 1-3, this is Mason 2 actual. Send traffic, over.
And that's
it.
yeah.
Okay.
Either send your information or you just.
So, Gray, just to help you out, in this case, Khandur is running as Mason 2 actual.
Hold on.
He is 2 actual right now. He is me.
It's really fucking confusing me.
It's a lot to absorb.
Yeah, RTO is probably the most difficult
Might I take a
course.
last?
Hey, look, watch. Just call out Sage King. Just call me out. You don't have to go actual Romeo or do any of those things. You can just call out Khandur specifically.
Yep.
That's not the part that's confusing me.
Okay, what's the part that's confusing you?
The well, not the call signs, but that's terminology, I guess.
You can say,
And that's practice. That's
yeah, I was
practice.
gonna say that's practice. You hit over the radio. You want to say who you are talking to first to let them know to get their attention, and then you tell them who's talking over the radio. So basically, it's you, me, message, over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give it a try.
Video. That is all 5 words.
Control caps lock.
Call out Khandur. Just say Khandur. You don't have to do the whole terminology thing.
Just use the names. It's just getting the call signs come later.
I'm so fucking out of it.
Okay, so Gray, just watch everybody else, and we'll get you caught up. Okay.
Yeah.
You can see other people do it, and you'll get it. Devil.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. How copy?
Could you broadcast it over the long range?
Fired it over the long range.
Caps? It's controlling caps lock?
Control caps.
It was.
Set on my end that it's transmitting over over the long range, so.
Yeah, I got him on 6-0.
Go again.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. How copy?
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Good
I
deal.
just pretty much sent a message.
Yeah, that's
Caitlin.
it.
Kitten? Sorry, what's my call sign?
2-1.
Long range,
Yes.
Yeah, you're RTO, so you'll be 2-1.
And you're Mason 2 actual?
Yes.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-1. How copy, over?
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Excellent. So, Gray, you see how that works as you go with who you're talking to, and then if you're part of 1-3 and you're the RTO for 1-3, you're going to be Mason
I'm going to
1-3.
turn up your volume up. For some reason, I can barely hear you.
So turn the volumes up on TeamSpeak, and then also when you're using the radio, that's the key.
That's better.
I've got my long range volume to 100.
So, for
You really
instance,
want your
if I'm
long
on
range
long range, which I am now, I will say Mason 1-3. This is Mason 2 actual. How copy? Over.
Okay, I see.
So I was talking directly to you in that aspect.
Might just be a terminology thing. Here, let's just see if you're on the channels and stuff like that. Hit control caps lock to talk to us and just say what's up.
Yeah.
Okay, what's up?
Okay, cool. Oh, nope, that's the wrong one. Yeah, we didn't read it. Hold control and caps lock at the same time. Do both.
Control.
It's left control, by the way. Left control.
Yes, left
Yeah,
control.
left control caps.
You'll just be on the short range.
I'm on left control cap lock.
There we go.
That's it.
There
That's
you go.
it. There you go.
There you go.
That's good copy. All right. So,
Good, Khandur.
in this instance, is going to be actual. You are 1-3. So just say Mason 2 actual because you're talking to him, and then tell him who you are. You are 1-3. Say how copy. Just trying to make sure he can hear you.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 1-3. Wait, what did I say?
How copy?
Copy. Okay.
How do you copy? You could say anything. We just shorten it up real short to make the messages real short and brief.
Okay. Can I just say copy or?
Well, no, copy means I understand. If you ask him how copy, you're saying, hey, do you hear me? Can you, you're essentially saying how can you,
copy.
that's just a, That's just a terminology thing. You can brush up on it, practice it. You'll eventually get the hang of it. I've just done it before in my life, so I know kind of
It's
how
like,
it
how
goes.
well can you copy me?
I see. That's just a hard word for me.
You can also say, do you read? That also works.
That probably
Basically anything that's like clarifying clearance as
Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 1-3. Hell copy.
Mason 1-3. This is Mason 2 actual. Loud and clear. Over.
There you go.
Good deal. Good deal.
You did it.
That's
Hell
it.
yeah, boss.
Sage King, check your Discord.
People calling me downstairs. Hold on. Oh, fuck it.
All right, go ahead, Khandur. Keep on.
Talking to you.
Okay, so moving on. We can get Gray back up to speed when he comes back. So the next is reading grid coordinates. Is anyone here not familiar with reading grid coordinates?
I mean, I have heard you guys read it, so not be too hard.
done a national navigation course in grid reading, so I think.
Okay, so grid coordinates are read from the x-axis first and then the y-axis. You separate the axes by saying break. So for example, for our current position, it would be 127 break 094. It's pretty straightforward. So the grid is read from the location in the bottom left corner. So a handy way that I find to remember this is when you're going into a house, you go in the door before you go up the stairs. The door on the grid reference is the top, the line going upwards, and the stairs are the lines going across the map. Makes sense, I hope. Is anyone not clear on grid references?
I just got back.
Okay, great. Do you know how to read grid references, Greg?
Not really.
Okay, so, for example, on our current map, our current grid reference is 127094. So when you're reading a grid reference on the map, if you press M and open up your map, see the way the map is divided into squares? Okay, so if you zoom all the way out, each square is 1 kilometer. It's a 4-point grid reference. If you look at the bottom of each line going up and down the map, and from left to right, there's only 2 numbers, correct? So our current location, a 2-point grid reference is 1209. That is the 1 kilometer square that we are in. When you're reading a grid reference, you always read the number from the bottom of the map first, and then the number from the side.
Bottom first, then the side?
Correct.
Well, we go grid reference 094 break 127.
No.
That's
Then after the
The way around.
For example, Gray, if you look at the map, can you see the bedrock training area? It's northeast of our position. What grid square on a 4-point grid reference is the bedrock training area marker in?
point. Still look at the 4 point.
The 4-point grid reference, that basically means you're only reporting 4 digits.
Oh, you mean the big? Oh, I see.
Could I explain this? Because I've taught like grid reference classes and they explain it pretty easily.
Go ahead.
Great. First of all, if you scroll all the way out in your map, right, you have your 4 sectors of this map. Each sector here is split up into, I think that's 10 kilometers, right? And then if you scroll in even more, that's split. Oh, sorry, no, that's 1 kilometer. And then if you scroll in even more, it's 100 meters for those tiny boxes, right?
Oh, I see.
It's a distance. That's why we have them. Our position right now, to read a grid reference, you look at the bottom first, and see where I'm marking a black dot to global. See where that intersects? Our position would be grid reference because you always look to the bottom left of the box that whatever you're reading out is in. Right? Yeah, there we go. That grid reference would be 127 break 094 because it's bottom first, then you go to the left. So along the corridor, up the stairs. What's that? So if you go to bedrock up at the northeast, sorry, what grid reference would that be? So remember, go to the bottom left corner and then read out what grid reference that.
Or where the flag is, or the square?
Bedrock training area. The flag is.
Oh, okay. I can't really tell because it's in between.
If you zoom all the way in.
So just zoom in and you'll get the 3 grid.
Can't really tell.
But see if you look at the bottom of your screen, zoomed in on that marker that Havoc's placed, it's what number is that?
582. Where?
What? Okay, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong marker. Say that again?
Oh, that marker. I was looking at the bedrock.
We're sorry, we're on bedrock. I was looking at the place we're at. I've left a marker.
You mean basic?
At bedrock training area, there's a marker. Pull it as well.
See that?
That marker
Sorry, I
is
put it
the
on
grid
basic.
the 3 grid reference for bedrock because bedrock is in that square. I mean,
In basic.
basic. So basically, you have to read what this line connects to. Right here.
135 break 081.
What? No.
So do you see
Yes.
bedrock training area?
You gave me the. You say basic, and then now you say bedrock. I'm so
Say
confused.
basic.
Look at Bedrock. I
Like-
apologize. I did both of them, so it's my fault. Look at Bedrock,
Okay. Yeah, just look
and
at
I
my
put
markers.
what is this
My
line on
markers
there? I'll
only.
replace the rest.
My markers only, okay? So look at bedrock. That flag there, right? That is in this box, right? Sorry about the rough. So that means you'll look to the bottom left of that box. Look at what that point is. See that point where I've just cleared everything, where that arrow is pointing to? That is your grid reference. So what you do is you look down from that point, going down here, and you should see a number. What number is that line pointing to?
53.
There we go. So that's your first part, okay? So that's your x coordinate, right? Kind of like a graph. So that's your x coordinate. So 153, and then you say break. So that signifies I'm about to say the second half. Then the second half is left of that point, all the way along. What number is that?
114.
So what would that be combined for bedrock training area? What's the grid reference for bedrock training area?
You mean?
What the numbers you just read out? Read it out in full and properly how you would say it over the radio.
Oh. So
Grid reference.
the reference 153 break 114.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
So all you're doing is going along the corridor, so the bottom section, right? And then up the stairs. The reason we say that is because you go along from, like the numbers, if you're counting the numbers, they go along, like right, and then they go up on the left-hand side. So they go along on the bottom and then up on the left-hand side, so that's why they say along the corridor, up the stairs. But if you want to learn it a bit easier, that's what I do. I look to where it is, I look to the bottom left-hand corner, and I just connect to where it actually is connected. That's your grid reference. So Do you want to try one more, or do you want to just think you've got it?
You got it.
Cool. Perfect.
Okay, cool. We can come back to it later if you want more clarification anyway.
Is it?
Okay, so the next point on the training. CASIVAC. Can anyone tell me what CASIVAC is?
Casualty evacuation.
Exactly. What is casualty evacuation?
You have a lot of casualties where your team can't fight. You ask for evacuation, but you don't all die.
Combat ineffective.
Yes.
The word. Hell yeah.
Good man. CASIVAC is used to transport patients that are in critical and serious condition to the acclimator out of combat. A CASIVAC is conducted by whatever vehicle or aircraft is available to evacuate casualties. Currently, the 74th do not have designated medical vehicles, such as a medivac, cannot be called. As an RTO, you're in charge of notifying the squads and their medics when CASIVAC is inbound, as well as ETA. Radioing for CASIVAC and establishing a landing zone. When radioing for a CASIVAC, you need to know how to provide the following information. How many patients need transportation? The status of the patients. What grid? And it has to be a 6-point grid reference like we just did. So, there are different status that the patients can have. You have good, fair, serious, critical, and dead. Good, vital signs are stable and within normal limits, and conscious. Fair, vital signs are stable, stabilizing in and out of consciousness. Serious, vital signs are unstable, in and out of consciousness. Critical, vital signs are unstable, unconscious. Dead, no vital signs. The only time a CASIVAC should be called is when a patient is in serious to critical condition. Example for calling a CASIVAC: 4 times patients in serious condition, 1 in critical condition, need CASIVAC in grid 193, break 184. Is that straightforward for everybody?
Sure.
Okay. Sage King, can you call in and just make up a CASIVAC for our current position, please?
Sure. Hold on, I need to see exactly. Go over which ones are okay. So which are the 4 again? I was going to say I know there's good and everything like that, but
how many patients need transportation? The status of your patients?
yeah, the statuses. What are the statuses again?
Yeah,
'Cause
good,
that's one of the-
fair, serious, critical, and dead.
Okay, so like what would be an example of serious and critical? Like what would be the difference between the two?
So serious is vital signs are unstable, and that's when someone's going in and out of consciousness.
That would be
Critical
usually.
is, yeah, critical is like when someone is fully unconscious.
Oh, I've had that. Okay, I get it. Okay, I get the difference now. So am I calling into anyone?
Call into Mason 2 actual.
Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. How copy over?
Mason 2-2. This is Mason 2 actual. Send traffic.
We need. We have Mason 2-2. This. Mason 2 actual. Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. We have 1 dead, 3 critical. Requesting CASIVAC at grid reference 127 break 094.
Very good. Bagel. Actually, Bagel, you won't have to call CASIVACs. You'll be responding to them. Gray. Just you can make up a scenario. Just you can just name any amount of dead troopers, any status of injury, and just you can give our current grid references.
Okay, 1 moment. Current good, right?
Yes,
yes.
The current one.
Good. Let's do Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 1-3. How copy?
Mason 1-3, this is Mason 2 actual. Send traffic.
Mason? That
That was very
Pete,
good.
you're gonna tell him.
the actual message or
And now you say Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 1-3, and then you give your message.
okay. I got it. Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 1-3. We have 2 critical and 1 serious. What else do I say?
Okay, so when you're beginning, you need to say requesting CASIVAC.
Oh, okay.
And then you give your how many clone troopers are dead. Sorry, how many casualties first. And then you give their status.
2.
So it's always request CASIVAC, number of casualties, status of casualties, and then your grid reference.
Okay. We started off. Mason 2, actual, this is Mason 1-3, how copy?
Mason 1-3, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
What do I say after?
So to be Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 1-3 requesting CASIVAC, and then you give your message.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 1-3, we have requesting medevac, CASIVAC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Requesting
Yes.
CASIVAC, we have 2 critical, 1 serious, grid reference 094, break. Oh wait, I did it wrong already.
Yeah, we can start again. It's just take your time, it's fine.
Scratch last or disregard last if you mess up.
I keep forgetting. Good for me, it's
That will come in practice, Gray, so don't get stressed about it. It'll come in practice. The rest of the guys here have done this stuff before, so don't take it offense. It will come in practice, and just look at grids, and when we do other trainings, you'll get it. So take your time.
good. One more time. I did the wrong button. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 1-3, how copy?
Mason 1-3, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 1-3, we have requesting CASIVAC, we have 2 critical, 1 serious, grid reference 127, break 094.
Good job.
It's for the Grenadiers, Colleen.
Yeah. Just Gray for the future. Just if you're making this is for everyone actually. If you're making a call over the radio or communicating information, and you either make a mistake or you need to rescind what you've said, if you want to take back anything you've said over the long range, you say scratch last or disregard last. Devil.
Right, if it's alright, I want to do it for the Grenadier Training Area 1.
Yep, that's fine.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2, how copy, over. Anyone read or?
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual. 5x5, send traffic, over.
Mason 2 actual, we have 3 serious condition, 1 critical, requesting CASIVAC.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's all me. Apologize,
fuck?
gentlemen. You okay? I need Zeus heal.
Would you do this?
Through that nade.
I did. That was all. That was all
see
me.
shit.
That was all me. Anybody need healed?
Julio.
States havoc.
That was all me, man. That was all me. I went to type in Grenadier and I hit G instead. And It's all
More shit.
The best part, Havoc, is you caught that on video.
Yep, I did. It's all me. I'll own that shit.
Okay, Devil, you can
Yeah,
start
it's fine
again.
if he owns up.
Right.
So, Kaylin,
Mason 2 actual.
get
This is
Grenadier
Mason 2
trained so you can have
copy
that as an
over.
RTO, okay?
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic. Over.
Mason 2 actual. We have 3 serious condition, 1 critical. Requesting CAS evac grid reference 060 break 06 disregard last. We have 3 serious condition, 1 critical. Requesting CAS evac grid 060 break 164. The map easy.
Yeah, I'm just checking the grid reference. 164, yes. Just one note, when you're making the call and when you're requesting the CAS evac, you need to say who you are as well.
Okay. Shall I do it again or?
Yeah, just we'll do one more. We'll do one more just to get it right.
Right. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2, how copy over.
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual. 555, send traffic, over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. We have 3 serious condition, 1 critical. Requesting CAS evac, grid 060, break 164.
Good job. Just take your time just when giving the grid references. When you say break, you can take your time, have a breath, and it should be fine.
Right.
Is Colleen still here?
Someone doing the Casey back?
You are indeed. You can do a case evac for, let me see, the Grenadier final exam area, the flag marker.
Marker, Grenadier, final exam. The one on the water?
Yes.
Oh, that's confusing with all the extra lines, so I'll try to get it. Okay, let me just... Yeah, that's on a line, and I'll go for the...
Oh, so it is. Okay, one moment.
Fine, I'll go for it. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2 1, how copy over?
Not on radio.
Not on the radio there.
Oh. Okay. So... Oh, my radio keeps resetting every time I go into the arsenal, what is this?
That's how it is.
That is normal, so you always want to make sure you check your radios when you go to the arsenal.
Very cool. Just reset. That's 60-35, yeah?
60-35. 60 on the left, 35 on the right.
Still not working. My veins are messing up now. Is that it?
Name try.
Cool, Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2 1, how copy over?
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Let me just reopen my map. Requesting case evac 4 times pacing, critical condition, grid 046, break 104. Over.
Yeah, that's good. I believe. The markers on the line between 103 and 104. Only point to correct you on there is just make sure you say who you're communicating to and who you are as well. Just when you're actually requesting the actual CAS evac.
Do you say it again? Alright, okay.
You can do it once more if you like.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2 1, how copy over?
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2 1, requesting case evac, grid 046, Break 104. Over.
Yep, perfect.
I missed the conditions. Over.
Do you want to go once more, just to get
That's
get
fine, I
everything
get it,
in?
I get it.
Okay.
I understand.
But the next, has anyone not had a chance to practice? I think everyone had a go.
But,
Okay, so the next we have ACER reports. Can anyone tell me what an ACER report is?
Ammo casualty equipment report.
Precisely. So ACER reports are reports on the status of the squad. Squad leaders and team leaders will call out an ACER for any prolonged engagement. The report covers the squad's situation on ammo, casualties, equipment. The colours are as follows. Green, which is good, not wounded, most of the squad is good. Ammo and no equipment malfunctions. Yellow is moderate, wounded and stable and the wounded are stable and treatable. Most of the squad is about half on ammo, no major equipment malfunctions. Red is poor. 1 to 2 members are dead or unconscious. Most of the squad is low on ammo. Major equipment malfunctions. Black is weak. 2 to 6 squad members are dead or unconscious. 1 to 2 squad members are out of ammo and the rest are low. Major equipment failure. ACE reports can be initiated by medics, squad leaders, and platoon. If an ACE report is requested, they will give their status for ammo and their medical status and equipment status. The RTO then reports, if requested, the squad average status to platoon, if requested by platoon. So for example, this is Mason 1-6 to Mason 1-2, ACE report, over. Mason 1-2 to Mason 1-6, wait 1, for ACE report. Mason 1-6, this is Mason 1-2. Mason 1-2 reports red of ammo, yellow on casualties, and green on equipment, over. Mason 1-6 copies, out. Pretty straightforward, right? If a black report is given in any of these 3 fields, it means the squad is combat ineffective and needs to be resupplied or casevaced. Okay. Okay, so Sage King. What are the 4 color statuses?
Green is good. Yellow is but nothing serious. Red is either low or in bad condition. Black is what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't say inoperable. What's the word I'm looking for? Not able to act.
Effective.
Effective. That's the word I'm looking for.
Okay. Devil, what's important about black status?
Sorry, what is important about black status?
Yeah. In an ACE report, if a black status is called.
He was literally just away because of a pen. His pen broke.
Sorry, okay.
It's a
Killian,
bad day.
what's important about a status black?
It means that the team cannot fight any longer and needs to be. Oh.
I think you cut out at the end there.
It means the team is combat ineffective and need to be back.
Okay, yeah. Great. Is everything clear for you on the colors?
He also was. Also said.
Yeah, he might be AFK.
I see.
Gray said it'd be RB.
I'll take care of him afterwards. Go ahead and carry on.
Okay, so the target callouts. When calling out a target, it's essential that you provide as much information about the target as possible in a short time. When calling out a target, you state the enemy type, the enemy location, what direction they're moving in, and additional details. You can call that out, such as points of degrees on your compass, grid reference, literally as much as you can give. So an example would be, this is Mason 1-1. Hostile B1 droid squad, grid 196, break 094, moving south along the road. Mason 1-1 is 400 meters and south from their position, over. Again, this is something we kind of do now at the moment, but as an RTO, you'll be expected to be able to do this to a greater level of detail, and that will, again, just come with practice. Okay, so calling in artillery. First, you identify yourself and inquire as to whether they are available for tasking. So if you're calling to Chiron, you don't call with a request straight away. You ask with an interrogative to Chiron whether they're available for an artillery or a cast tasking. Once you receive a reply confirming that, for in this case, Chiron or artillery is available, then you can proceed with the fire mission. So when calling in artillery support, you give the following information to the artillery battery or to Chiron. Target grid plus keypad. I'll explain keypad now in a moment. Markers, which are optional. These can be colored smoke, laser designator, flares, or what's the word I'm looking for? Landmarks. So in the type for artillery, you can go for precision, scatter, or a precise number of shells. HEs can be used as smokes or flares, distance from friendlies, or if it's danger close, again, which we'll explain in a moment, and then the bearing from friendlies, which you can get on your compass. Keypads. Is anyone not familiar with how keypads work?
It's on the map for you.
What do you mean keypad?
Okay, so, for example, if you zoom in on our position,
it's just going to be north of our position.
Yes, it's to the north. It's to the northwest. So you basically have to imagine like a mobile phone's grid.
Days gone.
So in the case of this square here, this area that I'm circling here, this will be grid reference 126 break 095 keypad 4. It's basically for delivering more accurate support fire.
But the keypad doesn't show up on your map, does it?
No, it does not.
You just have to manually do it.
Yeah, I manually drew it there.
Okay.
You just got to kind of think of where that keypad is on that map.
Okay.
In the square.
That is the same when you are calling out positions as a marksman, or?
Depends on how detailed you're going to get, but yes. Marksman,
Why-
RTO use this to narrow in the actual search on that grid.
Could you not use a eight figure? Or is that like too rough guessing?
I mean, you could use 8-figure, but I think the keypad system is a bit. It's more accessible.
It's simpler to understand.
Yeah. Okay, so when the artillery team is ready to fire, they'll transmit a message to the requester. This message should list the number of rounds and the time of flight. If you're in danger close, which is within 400 meters, they will say when they fire the rounds, which is rounds out, and they'll give a splashdown time, which is when the rounds are going to hit. After the fire mission is complete, you reply with effect on target. If it's not good, then you tell them to adjust north-south. For example, poor effect on target, adjust north 10 meters, east 15 meters, and then repeat the process until the target's hit. At the moment, we don't really use artillery so much, so it's not super viable right now, but I'd encourage you to practice that, because once Bedrock gets going, we will have artillery support available. So
It's
the
fun.
different...
It's happening this weekend.
Yeah. So the different effects on target we have, which is poor, which is no hit on target, fair, which is hit some of the target but not a direct hit, and then good is direct hit. So CAS, so close air support. As with artillery support, the first step is to inquire that CAS is available for tasking. Only once CAS becomes available can you proceed. Then you give them the necessary details for a CAS request, such as target grid, target description, marking method, distance from friendlies, requested ordnance, and call off phrase. Just be aware that a 6-point grid reference is fine for air support because they'll be looking for targets inside that grid reference. But the example full dialogue is, this is Mason 1 Romeo to Karen 1 Actual requesting immediate CAS, over. This is Karen 1 Actual to Mason 1 Romeo, send it. 2 AATs, grid 642, break 221. Friendlies are 400 meters southwest requesting missile barrage, over. This is Karen 1 Actual to Mason 1 Romeo. I'm 2.2 clicks out, flying at 250 meters out. CAS on site, firing. CAS complete, Chiron 1 Actual waving off. Has anyone got any questions for this process? Do some
a couple, but it's so for close air support, are we going to really be? I was going to say, we're going to be like, is there any like actual payload? Like, there's going to be like any dropping of bombs or anything that we're going to need to, kind of narrow in a call, or no?
It depends on what's in the AO for Chiron. Sometimes we'll have Y-wings up, so we can bomb targets, but most likely we'll have LATs with torpedoes.
Right. That's fine. I was going to say, I was just wondering, because I wanted to know if, we needed to narrow it down to, a little bit of a search or something like that. Because the reason for that is because if we're, like, danger close to a thing, like we're extremely close, like let's say 50 to, like 50 meters, we're inside the same grid reference that we're calling out. Is there like is there a call out for that saying, hey, we're going to be right on top of the area you're hitting? Usually we'll be, we're not going to be usually out in the open. We're making a call like that. We'll just return fire. But if we're in a building, do we just specify that we're in a building? Do not paint the target?
It'll be that would be danger close if we're within 400 meters of where Chiron are going to be hitting.
Right. Call out a danger close.
More or less, if for easy eyeballing it on the map, if we're less than half of a grid square away from the target that Chiron are going to hit.
Yeah, I was going to say, just kind of clarifying.
So as well as CAS, we also have Close Air Patrol. Close Air Patrol is essentially the same as CAS, but with an additional step. This is used when you want our aviation assets to remain on the target or in the AO to attack targets, whilst ground troops are still operating in the area. When calling in a close air patrol, the process is the same as close air support, except that you request that the aviation element remains in the area for a certain amount of time. You must also call off a phrase, use a call off phrase to be used to call off the close air patrol. So an example. This is Mason 1 Romeo to Chiron 1 Actual, requesting immediate cap, over. This is Chiron 1 Actual to Mason 1 Romeo, send it. 2 AATs, grid 642, break 221, friendlies are 400 meters southwest, requesting missile barrage. Stay in the AO for 2 mics. Call off phrase is Yankee, over. This is Chiron 1 Actual to Mason 1 Romeo, I'm 2.2 clicks out, stay in the AO for 2 mics. Call off phrase is Yankee, out. Cap on site, firing. Cap complete, Chiron 1 Actual, waving off. Okay. The fun stuff. In your handbook, if you go down to the bottom of the handbook, you'll have Badger's personal easy CAS, which Badger has put together, and it's the easiest way for us to call in CAS strikes. The 4-liner CAS, while not as detailed as 9-liner, is shorter and reliably gets the job done. This version of CAS request greatly shortens the time required for calling in support, whilst also maintaining its simplicity to both active personnel and civilian lifestyles alike. 4-liner CAS, so 4 lines means 4 points of information. So you need target location and type, a marking method such as smokes, laser designators, or a landmass or recognizable feature, direction to make an attack, and a location of friendlies. Makes sense, right? So it would be like 2 times AATs, 2 times AATs, grid reference 127, break 094. Marking method it is red smoke. From wave from east to west. Friendlies are.
Is anyone still here?
Oh yeah, we're here.
Oh no,
This
he's
brings
losing
us to
connection.
the general target locations and types. So this involves where the target is, what directions they're headed, and what speed, what type of enemy unit the target is. There are 5 types of these generally. So you have your infantry, your motorized, your mechanized, structure, and grounded air vehicles. Can anyone tell me the difference between motorized and mechanized, please?
No, it has weapons on
Motorized is normal vehicles with trucks, etc., and mechanized is tanks.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, basically you're both correct, yeah. Marking methods. We have our smokes, our strobes, our flares, laser designations, landscape and map markers. Within the 74th Legion, all of the different smoke colors except for orange smoke at the moment, I believe. Correct, it's orange. They all have uses. So a white smoke is for concealment, green smoke marks friendly positions, red smoke marks hostile positions, yellow smoke marks resupply points, blue smoke marks CASEVAC and mass casualties, and purple smoke marks loss of communications.
It's going to take a little bit to get used to, but all right. Red are pretty simple. Green, good guys. Red, bad guys. Yellow is resupply, correct? Blue is CASEVAC. Purple is loss of communication. It's concealment. Is there anything else? I think that's it.
And that's it.
Blue and purple together.
Oh shit. The new smoke combinations aren't actually on the handbook.
We'll let Badger know that. Yeah, but tell him about blue and purple.
You will have to refresh me on that one because that's actually
is
something
that
I've
kind
come
of,
across once.
All right, so if we request a CAS evac from an RTO, blue and purple is going to be what HQ is going to throw out to let Kyron know. Definitely, you come in. It is safe to land for a CAS evac. So blue will like, oh shit, we need help over here, but we still need our HQ to confirm that it's safe to bring in Kyron to get us out.
Okay.
Go ahead, Khandur.
Okay, so if you go to the handbook, there are plenty of tips under Badger's easy CAS. Just tips on making your calls a little more efficient. I'd also suggest that you guys get used to calling bearings whenever you're making attacks, reporting enemies. Makes things a lot easier as well. There's also the radio chain of command on the handbook as well. Definitely familiarize yourselves with that. Is there anything you guys would like to go over again before we continue?
Just one quick tip, in case you guys didn't know, if you hit right control M, it pops up the little thing in the bottom. It kind of comes up with your immediate grid reference and your bearings, which you're currently looking at. And bearings are going to, just basic bearings as north will be 0, if you turn right, so you will be facing east is 90, 180, 270, and then back to 0.
Anything anyone wants to practice? Calling out before we go to the training area or the practice area.
Sir.
Oh, these guys
Okay.
are ready.
Ready?
We should still take to do the practical bit of the training.
Shouldn't take too long. It's only we're just gonna put down a few targets. You're just gonna call them out. And
Otherwise,
should-
if it
should be
takes too long,
enough.
I have to go.
Okay, so
Not long.
what we'll do is we'll get Killeen in first, we'll get Devil in, and then we'll get the other two in after, and then you two can leave after you get that done.
I have one question. What is the flare? Red, green, yellow, blue, and all that other stuff?
Colors,
What's that much?
the colors are the same, so it's basically the flare. You just replace your smokes with flares.
Nighttime.
For night operations.
Yep, nighttime.
Except
Okay.
your white smokes. Don't take white flares instead of white smokes.
Okay, so the flare is just for nighttime. Okay.
Yeah, because
Cool,
the
sweet.
white smoke will still cover you even when it's dark.
Is there a white flare? I'm not sure if that's a thing.
Should
Should be.
be, I think.
We're teleporting to RTO training.
Just wondering, just curious. I was going to say, not that you would need one.
It's a place
It's
called
nighttime, so
RTO
you need
Test Area
concealment.
2. RTO test area 2. Ooh. Ooh.
On the inside.
Oh. You're actually using
Oh my
it.
boys, I'm stuck in the ground.
Follow them.
Okay.
Oh no!
Stand up, stand up.
Oh, there you go.
That is a big shit, my guy.
It's a mushroom. Look at the mushroom out there.
It's a
We're
mushroom.
Killeen?
Yes.
Killeen. Okay. Stand by me, please.
I'm running.
So you can just take the call sign of Mason 2-1. I'm going to call out some targets to you. And you're going to call them into me over the long range as if you were calling them in on a combat area, okay?
So how am I calling these out? Like artillery or CAS or what?
You can call them in to report them first, and then we can do we'll do a cast check then as well.
Very cool.
Ooh, you should let me get a lead.
So
I'll jump into artillery for you.
we'll just do the report first. I want you to report the location of that sand crawler.
Oh, wait. Place target buttons unbound. What is this? Hold on, let me read.
Anyways.
About now. So that's Sandcrawler.
Mm-hmm.
The over radio.
Over the video, yes.
Mason 2 reset radio, 1 sec. Oh wait, did I go into the arsenal? I'll just only do 60 for now. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-1, how copy over?
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual. 5x5, send traffic.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-1. There was a sandcrawler bearing 3, distance 1,100 meters from my position. Over.
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual requesting 6-figure grid reference.
Channel switched. Channel switched.
Copy, 6 figure is 042 break 089. Over.
Okay, very good.
Say the Mason 2 actual Mason 2.
Okay, second of all, there is an AAT down in that town to the northwest. I want you to call in a cast strike and hit that AAT.
Oh, that was fancy. Got that in. Wait, what am I calling in?
So I want you to call in a cast strike on an AAT to the northwest.
That thing. Yeah. That one?
Vic, can I get a flat?
One there in the middle of the road.
Copy.
A firm.
Calling it into Kyron or you?
You called into me.
Mason 2 actually, this is Mason 2-1. How copy over?
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual. 5 send traffic.
There is an AAT bearing 314 grid reference. Grid reference 032087 requesting cast strike over.
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual. That is a negative, there's no AAT in that grid square. Over.
He looked at the MTT.
Oh, I misread it, right. Scratch that. Disregard my last. AAT is in red 032. Zero 32 break 087. Over.
That is an MTT.
That's what I pointed to. To that, you said
ATT.
ATT. Hey!
Not the big one.
Not the big one. Cool. Wait, I can't...
There is one
Oh
out
my
there.
god!
There's multiple down there. Just pick one.
Can't
and
see over
we'll
the
find it.
ledge. I just went into the third person and saw it.
Look at the one in front of the castle tower.
The big yellow one. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, that was my bad, I should have specified.
Couldn't see over the ledge. Yeah. I'll just restart. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-1. How copy, over?
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic. Over.
Mason 2-1, this is Mason... Mason 2... Disregard my last. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-1. There is an AAT in front of the castle, grid reference 038 break 080. Requesting cast strike, over.
Very good. Okay. And then finally, I want you to call in a Cassivac for our current position.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-1, how copy, over.
Mason 2-1, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic. Over.
Requesting Cassivac, we have 2 serious and 3 in critical condition. Grid reference 042078. Over.
Yeah.
Very good. It's just if you're moving to get more information, just say wait one. Just while you get that information.
Strength? Mason Joshua, this is Mason 2-1 that the Watts has betrayed us.
So copy.
It's not done that.
So what is it? Came from over there.
Clean.
Mason 2-1.
Did we lose him?
Fine, man. Who's flying now?
Havoc, do you want me to test anything else for Colleen?
Yep, Colleen's good, man. Go ahead and do
Sweet.
Devil next.
Devil.
Disrespect boys.
Watch your fire.
Yep, come over, stand beside me,
Watch your
please.
fire.
Okay, Devil. First of all,
Colleen, meet me over here.
let me find something for you to report. Do you see that broken
Good job, man. Do you have any
right in
questions?
front of us?
No.
I want you to call in the location of that MTT, please.
Okay, I will advise of your tags. Appreciate you learning. Obviously, practice is what's going to do it. So, even though you're RTO qualified, you're also marksman qualified. Request your tags for both. I will confirm both. And I look forward to hearing you on Mason 2-1, sir.
That's Jesus. Why is firing at us?
Oh, I knew he was firing at us.
Mason 2 actual, this
I
is
got it.
Mason 2-2, I'll copy over.
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
This is Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. There is a broken down MTT, grid ref, 040, break. 0.
But you're dismissed if you need to go, sir. I appreciate you.
Make that out.
I think I could say that.
Okay, great. Wonderful.
083, that's correct.
I can't make it out, it's
I'll
visible for
I'll
me.
find you something else.
It's in the red zone, I can't really make it out that easy.
Get the team speak.
Okay, do you see the sound crawler? Bearing 005.
Get team speak tags or request the Discord ones.
Go in Discord and just request them for both. I can give you your Discord stuff, but TeamSpeak's got to come from one of the bosses.
Right, of course. But
But I'll get you your Discord right now. Does Violin want to billet you, or are you billeting now?
yeah, I'm building.
Mason 2 actual, this
Alright, I'll
is
switch you
Mason
there
2-2. I'll copy, over.
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. There is a sand crawler, grid ref, 042, break. 089.
You can say transmit, you say over.
Over. Do that again, shall we?
Yeah, please.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. I'll copy, over.
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. There is a sand crawler, grid ref, 042, break, 089, over.
Very good. Second, I'm gonna get you to call in a cast strike. A cast strike target.
Discord and Orbit's been updated, sir. Congratulations. Take care, 2-1, man. Take care of my boy Valen.
Okay, see that droid lander in front of us?
Just gonna admit now, I only speak RTO so I can stand in front
landing
of
craft?
Yep, the landing craft, call in a cast strike there.
Get used to that backpack.
No, Special was saying to me, I only wanted RTO because I wanted to be in the front line of debrief.
Right, so
I hear you.
don't
I tell you what, RTO was my favorite position as I promoted all the way up. I loved RTO.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason
I either
2-2.
want
I'll copy,
like
over.
for
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send
2-1,
traffic,
I want to be
over.
the marksman of 2-1. but we don't have an RTO, so me and Valen decided I'll be the RTO until there's someone else that wants to be RTO for
Requesting a cast strike.
one. And then as soon as there's 1 for 2-1, I'll just switch
Mason
to
2 actual,
marksman.
this is Mason 2-2.
So I will talk to
Requesting cast
Kalen
strike.
that as
Grid
RTO,
ref.
you can carry the marksman
0,
rifle being dual
39,
qualified.
break, 086.
Can you?
Over.
I did. As long as your squad leader approves it, you're fine.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to tell Valen.
Finally, I want you to call in a
Yeah, I'll advise.
Cassivac for our current position.
I gave you your marksman tags as well in Discord.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. I'll copy, over.
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Question.
Please not die at this moment. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. Requesting gas evac at grid ref 042 break 078 over.
Okay, so you forgot two of the steps.
Casualties. But how many casualties I have
And the status.
and the status.
Yes.
About it when I said it. Let's just make up how many we have.
Exactly, yeah, just two. You're going to just make it up for now.
It will do. Mason
Stage
2
your
actual,
prison?
this is Mason 2-2, I'll copy, over.
Hey, Colleen, can you stay here for a little bit so I can do some marksman training in a little bit? Like right after this, I just want to get that done, knocked out, so I can get the marksmanship as well. I just need. I think we need extra people.
I'll get you. I'll get you there.
Probably not. It is 12
What do you do to mark the Cassivac area?
I'll get him covered.
Cool. I'm gonna head off.
Colleen, just so you know,
exactly,
in
yes.
future trainings, make sure you're in your standard trooper and you've got your snow trooper uniform, because all training should be done in standard trooper uniform, okay?
Right, I done marksman and
Again?
Yep, I got you covered.
You can go stand by Havoc. You're good to
I'll
go.
make sure to change it. Oh, I need to save a preset for
Stage King.
Alright, Devil, I'll get you your calls. Good job, man. And I know it's chaotic, and you're not an RTO, but now you know what to go
Calling some
for.
calls for you down below.
And how does this go with my marksman training? Did I pass that as well?
Yep,
Or-
I'm going to give you both tags on Discord. You just got to request them on
Alright,
TeamSpeak,
Stage
okay?
King.
Request them on TeamSpeak.
To begin.
Request it in Discord and just say, I need my tags for
Call out
TeamSpeak,
the
and
position
those
of
two
that sound
calls.
crawler
And
to
I'll
the
approve
north
them.
and east.
Alright, will do.
For the radio?
Yes.
I'm It's reference. Give me 1 quick second. Is that right there? It sure is. All right. Who are you? Maybe
Mason
actual?
2 actual.
Okay. Oh, wrong one. Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. How copy, over?
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual. Send traffic. Over.
Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. We have spotted a sandcrawler. It is 1,100 meters north of my position. Its grid reference is 042 break 090. Oh no, that is 089. Okay.
Yeah, 089.
Okay.
Okay. Good enough.
Hard to see through the. It's hard to see through the
Add
red.
that to
Because
our
of the
list,
red,
sir.
yeah.
Good job.
Yeah. Anything I need
Okay.
to work on?
Second of all, that's pretty decent so far. You see that AAT down on the road. Just
Qualification, I didn't think I would do.
Craft. Oh, I see.
I understand
barely
completely.
saw it. The little
I didn't
yellow
either when I
right-
first started, but then I became an RTO and I loved it.
literally right below us.
I can tell you I don't love to be an RTO.
I get it.
Too much chaotic.
There is a lot of chaos, especially if you're only using one channel right now.
I want you to call that one to Kyron.
What is Kyron?
He's Kyron 15.
Okay.
Doesn't help with the LED right above us.
Kyron
vehicle.
1-5, this is Mason 2-2. How copy, over?
This is Khandur 5, send it, over.
Oh, God, I keep hitting the radio. Okay. Kyron 1-5, this is Mason 2-2. I have spotted an AAT. Grid reference is 038081. Calling in for Cass?
You are calling in for Cass.
Oh. Hey, my bad, man. I didn't know I was calling in for Cass. We're gonna redo this, alright?
We disregard last.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be disregarded last. Okay. So, I'm gonna have to redo this. Alright. Oh. Okay. Whew. Deep breath. Here we go. And 1-5, correct? Alright. Kyron 1-5, this is Mason 2-2. How copy, over?
Mason 2-2, this is Khandur 5, send it, over.
Mason. Kyron 1-5, this is Mason 2-2. We have spotted an AAT at grid location 039081. We're calling in a cash strike on this location. Over.
Mason 2-2, this is Khandur 5. Target is 1 times AAT at grid rep 039 break 081, requesting 1 times cash strike. Over.
I say confirm.
No, that's it. He just you radio back saying read back correct.
Kyron 1-5, this is Mason 2-2. Read back correct. Over. That was choppy as fuck. I need to fix that. You usually request cast strikes. What's your verbology?
When you are requesting a cast strike. So, what you're doing is, one moment.
I request cast strike, then give target, then position, or target, position, cast, requesting cast strike?
First, you radio and you ask Kyron if they're available for tasking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Set up.
The four-liner cast is in Badger's easy cast area on the RTO handbook, so you radio in, make sure Kyron is available for tasking. When Kyron is available, requesting cast strike, target location and type, marking method, direction to make it attack, and location of friendlies. But I mean, you gave all the necessary information anyway.
But I could do better.
It's just normally in the field you'll be able to give a marking method like smoke. It's just from here. You won't be able to hit it with a smoke.
Okay. But still, I can work on that.
Again, it's just down to practice. You've got the basics, and you know what order to make the calls in. It's just getting used to the formula.
Right.
Would you like to go again?
Yeah, can we call in a different strike? Maybe on this side over here? Because there's some stuff over here that we can call in on too.
Let's see.
Two blue things. What are those?
1 second, I have a target for you.
Okay.
Okay, you can see that compound bearing 257.
Okay, real quick, before we say this, when I ask them if he's available for tasking, do I just literally say, "Are you available for tasking?" That seems kind of a little drawn out, or is there a short, brief version of it?
It's basically, it'd be Kyron 1-5, this is Mason 2-2. Is Kyron available for tasking? Over.
Okay, is Kyron available for tasking? Okay.
Available for tasking or free for tasking?
Okay, yeah. So you want me to just target the compound itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Kyron 1-5, this is Mason 2-2. How copy, over?
Kyron is on 35, not 60.
I am a fucking... How did I forget that in a couple of minutes that I was here? Alright, hold on 1 second. Gather my bearings. 600 meters out. Is that it?
I just got booted out my lat, so I'm kind of stuck.
Stand by. I'll get you. I'll get you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you can just make the call. I'll be Kyron in this case.
Okay. You want me to switch over to 3-5 then?
Okay, we'll see if Kyron just stay on 60, make the call to Kyron, and Kyron will reply.
Kyron 1-5, this is Mason 2-2. How copy, over?
Mason 2-2, this is Kyron 5, send it over.
Kyron 1-5, this is Mason 2-2. Are you free for is Kyron free for tasking?
Mason 2-2, this is Kyron 1-5, currently not available for tasking. I'll get back to you when I can. Out.
That'll give me time to set up exactly what I'm looking at, where the grid reference is and everything.
Yes, it will.
I got it.
Yeah, we'll just wait until Kyron's back online.
He's not going to be in an aircraft. I'm going to bring him back up here so he can do his test.
User left your channel.
Fair. Okay. Just call in the cat strike as you normally would then, and I'll just make sure you get everything right.
User joined your channel.
So you can call it to Mason 2 actual.
To actual, this is, I was going to say I'm just going to practice real quick. Mason. To actual, this is Mason 2. The compound at grid reference. Blah, I'll do that in a second. I'll fill that in. Grid reference, X, Y, and Z. Requesting cast.
Bagel, let's go through the teleporter because I can't get you up there. Are you wounded?
I'll do it in a second. I'm just going to make sure I get all the verbology right before I radio in. On 5, this is Mason 2-2. Requesting cast on a compound at grid reference 035076.
That's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to do the radio. Okay. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. Requesting cast on a compound at grid reference 035076. Friendlies are 700 meters to the east.
This is Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual. What is your method of marking? Over.
Fuck. I don't know this. This is my method of marking. What the fuck?
How would you mark something that you want to cast?
Well, there's smoke.
It's a pretty far throw.
Yeah.
Pretty far through for smoke. How else would you do it?
Yeet it.
Binos have laser designators on them.
You can also mark it on the map.
Am I laser designating right now? I don't have laser designators. Oh shit, I'm tripping. I'm tripping balls.
It's an RTO.
You can also mark it on the map.
Okay, so when I radio in, do I just say I'm marking on the map?
The method of marking is marked on map.
Okay.
But you also have to mark it on the map.
Yeah. It's control. Boom. Right. Why?
Double left click.
Okay. Hold on, my game's doing its thing where it's freezing. Okay, there we go. How do I automatically make sure it's an objective marker of the X?
So you just pull up your map and then go to the top right. It should say like private and then your name and then alpha, whatever your thing is. Right next to that, there's color and markings.
Hell yeah! All right. And just make sure it's always in global, correct?
Correct.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. Method of marking is marked on map. Over.
Okay, so we're gonna start the whole call from the beginning.
Oh. Alright. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. How copy? Over.
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic. Over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. Requesting CAS on a compound. Grid reference 035, break 076. How copy? Over.
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, interrogative. What is your method of marking? Over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. Method of marking is marked on map. I'll copy. Over.
Okay. Good. It's just when you're making the initial call, just make sure that you include the method of marking when you're calling the CAS as well.
Okay, so it would be I call it in, requesting CAS at what I'm trying to target, the location of it, and then method of marking.
Yeah, correct.
Is this simple or regular CAS?
This is simple CAS.
And then location of friendlies. Dang it, I forgot something else. Holy shit.
Would you like to try once more?
It's more. Here we go. Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. How copy? Over.
Mason 2-2, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic. Over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Mason 2-2. Requesting CAS on a compound at grid reference 035-076. Method of marking is marked on map. Friendlies are 700 meters to the east. How copy? Over.
Very good. Okay, that's all the call-ins I want you. Actually, it's not. Scratch last. I want you to call a CASIVAC for our current location.
Ooh. Mason 2. Oh well, nope. I'm Mason 2-2. Hi myself. All right, scratch that. We're gonna do this again. Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. How copy? Over.
Mason 2-2. This is Mason 2 actual. Send traffic. Over.
Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. Requesting CASIVAC at grid reference 042 break 078. We have 4 critical and 1 serious CAS. 1 serious. How copy? Over. Oh, my method of marking. Do I have to tell them method of marking for a CASIVAC?
No, because the method of marking for a CASIVAC is always blue smoke.
Okay, just making sure. All right, cool. Let's see how I fucked up. Let's try it again.
Over?
Do.
No, that's later.
When you're ready?
All right. Oh. Do I tell them the? I was gonna say I request CASIVAC, then tell them who the casualties or the situation, and then I.
Okay, so you radio for the CASIVAC.
All right.
Requesting CASIVAC, and then you provide how many need transportation, and then the patient status, and then the 6-point grid reference.
Then the grid reference. Okay. Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. How copy? Over.
Mason 2-2. This is Mason 2 actual. Send traffic. Over.
Mason 2 actual. This is Mason 2-2. We are requesting CASIVAC We need 5 transported. There are 4 critical condition, 1 serious. At grid reference 042 break 078. I'll copy over.
Very good. Again, this is just down to yourself. This is just a matter of practice. Just read the notebook, the handbook, whenever you can. Brush up on it. And in fun ops, if you can ever get to play RTO, just do it to give it a go and keep the skills up.
Yeah, I was gonna say I saved it to favorites, so it'll be in there.
Havoc, you happy with Sage King?
All right, Bagel's turn.
Cool, Bagel, come here. Bagel.
So request your tags on Discord for your TeamSpeak, but I've already updated
I want
you on
you to
Discord.
go ahead and call in the location of that sample.
Oh yeah.
You now can carry the marksman rifle into battle, sir.
Mason 2-2, this is Carl on 5.
I need to do the second part of it, don't I?
1-5.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you through it tonight. Don't worry.
This is good.
Hell yeah.
Even if it's just you and me,
Current
I'll
1-5.
get
This
you
is
through it.
Mason 2-2. Send traffic.
Hell yeah. Can I
Mason, you're...
go back and set up the loadout?
You're 2
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes.
Can you come with me so I can figure out? Oh, well, I can figure it out. But which ones are they allowed to carry?
1 times Sandcrawler
The rifle?
bearing 3 at grid ref.
It's listed as 74th Vulcan target rifle.
Grid
Vulcan
ref
target rifle,
042,
roger that.
break 089. 1 kilometer from friendly, so copy, over.
So we 1 kilometer north of friendlies, just so.
Okay.
Do you want to go again?
Yeah. Mason 2 actual, this is Carl 1-5, how copy, over.
Karen 1-5, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Mason 2 actual, this is Carl 1-5, 1 times Sandcrawler, bearing 3 at grid ref 042, break 089, 1 kilometer north from friendlies, how copy, over.
Very good. For yourself, I'll get you to cast. Do you see that broken down MTT at bearing 338?
Affirm. So simple or cast or harder cast?
You can just call it a simple cast.
Mason 2. What do you want me to call for? Because I'm Kyron. Calling it for myself.
You can be Mason 2-1 and just call to any Chiron element you like.
Kyron 1-1, or yeah, Kyron 1-1. This is Mason 2-1. How copy, over.
Mason 2-1, this is Chiron 1-1. Send traffic, over.
I'm just doing something for my mother.
You're blowing up droids for your mother?
Yes.
Awesome.
Someone's got to do it.
Very respectful.
What are you, Chiron 1-1? Alright. Chiron 1-1, this is Mason 2-1. Requesting CAS at grid ref break 039082. Target is 1 times broken down MTT. Marking method marked on map. Direction of attack. What would that be? What would that be? Direction of to make attack. Oh.
So, for example, if there's terrain that's covering the target from a certain direction, you call it a direction of attack. So, direction of attack is east to west. So, Chiron will pass from east to the west.
Okay. Let's just restart that. Alright. Chiron 1-1, this is Mason 2-1. How copy? Over.
Mason 2-1, this is Chiron 1-1. Send traffic. Over.
Chiron 1-1, this is Mason 2-1. Requesting CAS on vehicle 1 times MTT, bearing northwest from friendlies. Method is marked on map. Direction to make attack is east to west. and location of friendlies is northwest to 544 meters from the objective. Over.
Okay, yeah, you have the basics down. Okay, so last thing. I'm going to put down a marker, and I want you to call in a Cassivac. Okay, there's a marker on the map northwest of our position.
Is it?
It's been northwest, on the western side of formerly Cathero.
Mason 2, actual, this is Chiron 1-5, over. Or how copy, over.
Chiron 1-5, this is Mason 2 actual, send traffic, over.
Mason 2, actual, this is Chiron 5, requesting Cassivac at 4 times patients in critical condition, 1 times in serious condition. Need Cassivac in grid ref 036 break 082. How copy? Over.
Oh, good job. What do you think, Havoc?
Excellent, sir. Did a great job. I've given everybody their tags. I'm going to give Bagel his on Discord. Bagel, you'll need to request them on Discord for your TeamSpeak stuff. But excellent job. And Khandur, yes, I'll send this video to Badger, and we'll get you qualified to train, bud. Good job.
Cool. Any feedback as well from
The only feedback I have is that, you know, when you have other members that know a thing, stop them. You have that information. You are the instructor. You need to take control. That kind of slowed us down a little bit. I know I engaged Sage King and I think Bagel at a time and someone else. Colleen at a time. It was Clean. And just said, hey guys, let them lead. He's got to learn to lead. Let him do. So just take total control. If someone tries to step in on your instruction, just say, guys, let me try to rehash it another way. Other than that, great job.
Okay, copy.
You do that marksman turn?